Good evening, everyone, and it's exciting again to have us join the James Oluwole Leadership section today. I'm super excited having you all join from different parts of the world. Today being the 27th day of the month of April, and we've been looking at an interesting topic. And just prior to that, I would just like to have introduce myself briefly again, particularly for those that would might be joining for the first time or who might have an opportunity to listen to this recorded section on our different social media platform. My name is James Oluwole, and I'm currently a leadership coach, a trainer, and a speaker with the Maxwell Leadership um, program. And I'm also a member of the Billionaires Conclave, which is I'm under the mentorship of Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, the common sense guru, who has written several books and has been into real estate and investment in Nigeria, across Africa, Europe, and America. And I'm using the platform of the Billionaires Conclave as a member to engage us today and also over the last weeks on this interesting subject on the journey to financial wealth creation and retention. And for those that have been part of the series, today is a part 3 of it, and it's been an exciting journey. Just like the topic had indicated, it's actually a journey, and we started by the part 1 of that, focus more on, we went to the foundation of understanding poverty, and we broke poverty into poverty being a spirit and also poverty being a mindset. And we engaged extensively on that because we needed to address the fundamental challenge of why people aren't wealthy. And as much as many of us, particularly from the African region and also whatever location we are, we kind of understand the spiritual aspect of poverty. Many have failed to understand the mindset that work against poverty, which has held many down. And the reality is that no, it's not, the mindset of poverty is not specific to location, specific to tribe, specific to individuals. It's just a mindset that no matter your level of education, if you have a poverty mindset, you will definitely remain poor. And one of the challenge that has kept people from having the mindset of poverty is what we call ignorance. People have complete ignorance of their financial status and understanding and what they could do, to get themselves out of that. And we fully dealt with that during our part 1. And in our part 2, which we had 2 weeks ago, we went also into the reason or why you need to be financially wealthy. And I tried to also provide from one of the books I read, The Pathway to Wealth. There are different pyramids of wealth and also the wealth in levels. And in terms of the pyramid, we have the first level, which is those that are in serious financial crisis. And at that base of the pyramid, those people struggling, they are below the $2 per day income. And we move to the second level, which is the financial instability level. Then the third level talks about the financial stable level. And this is the most deceptive of the level, because at that level, many fall in that category where they assumed that they are already financially okay. They have good jobs, they have good businesses. But when something just hits, unfortunately, they go back to financial instability. And after the third level, we looked at the fourth level, which is the financial independence level. And at the financial independence level, it's at that point where when you stop doing any work or any business based on the income that one has generated or the wealth one has created, can continue to provide the kind of lifestyle on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis, even without doing anything much more again. So that is the level that we are anticipating that everyone listening to this should get to, where you become financially independent in your lifestyle relating to finance, in all that you need to do. And there is a final level where it is a financial freedom or the financial significant level. And at the financial significant level, at that level, Because at the financial independent level, you've achieved financial success. But financial success, it's all that you have done through you, through your grace, the impact, your hard work. But at the financial freedom and the financial significant level, it's no longer about you. It's about how you are becoming an impact to your world, how you are using your resources, your platforms to help and to impact others. And that is the purpose for living. Whatever that makes us in terms of our life, in terms of our living, is towards impact. And becoming a financial significant person must be a life of impact where your money, your resources is helping institutions, is helping the motherless, is helping the widows, is helping orphans. You're using it to sponsor education programs. You're using it to build and to add value to your environment and to your society. You're using your money to support kingdom work, and that is at that level, you are living a fulfilled life. And that's where we need to get to. So we looked at all of that and other aspects also, and we had series of questions. So today we are rounding up on this subject. I mean, the subject of financial wealth is enormous. I can tell you, even when putting together this final material, I kept just editing, reducing, and doing all that I can. And I am that person who somehow, even with my slide, as much as I want to keep it simple, I just want to share as much as I can. And I believe that we'll be able to work within the next 50 minutes as I share my presentation. And we have another 20 to 30 minutes for questions. For those that are joining us for the first time, we averagely spend an hour and 30 minutes. And the reason for that is that we are intentional, because we understand that for us to have the desired impact, for us to have the desired engagement, there is that need from I to provide you the needed platform and information, and also for us to engage through questions and answers. And I believe that today we will be able to achieve the expected outcome of our engagement. So please, during the course of the engagement, if you have questions, please, you can drop your questions on the chat box before the question section. And at the right time, I'm also going to provide opportunities if you want to speak or ask your questions. Again, I want to welcome you all, and let's go towards this great journey of now we are focusing on creation and retention of financial wealth, how to create and to retain financial wealth. And by a way, looking at this, I'll be focusing more around what I call the vehicles and the law to financial wealth. That would be my focus today. And then we're going to look at the steps to create financial wealth. So in terms of the vehicles and the laws to create financial wealth, as I said, in order to create and to retain wealth, one must understand his or her financial levels as shared in our previous sections, assuming one is at a financial instability level, which is the level 2, and such person wants to move to the financial independence level. The difference between your current level, which is your level 2 in your financial hierarchy, and the level you had wanted to attain in the future, which is your level 4, is what we call your financial gap. Now, my question to every one of us here is that, do you know your financial gap? And by you knowing your financial gap, you need to do a retrospect of yourself, asking yourself that, where am I today? And I think last week and during our last section, many of us we were very honest to understand the level we are. Some shared, some choose not to share, but I strongly believe, and I encourage you that please go back to the part 2 of that teaching to understand which level you are. Because if you don't know the current level of your financial status, it will be challenging for you to know where you want to get to. So understanding your current level is critical. Now, when you understand your current level, so for instance, I use myself as an example. I completely understood that I am currently at the financial stability level. By the grace of God, that's the level I am. So for me, my next aim and focus is to get to financial independence and move upward to financial significance. So my financial significance is my focus. Now, because I understood that I am currently at financial stability level, and I want to get to financial significance. Now, between me getting to from financial stability to financial significance, that gap is what we call the financial gap. And when you understand your financial gap, then that gives you the ability to know, okay, what kind of levels, what kind of vehicles, what kind of financial principles, what kind of financial laws that you and I need to approach or adopt to get us closer between our financial gap to between the current level we are and the future level that we want to attain. And I would also like to share that it averagely takes 5 to 10 years for one to achieve their goal of reaching their financial independence or financial significant level, assuming you are at the stability level or whatever level you are. Now, and the reason I'm sharing this is that please understand, there is no quick scheme. There is no quick rich money scheme in getting wealth. Forget whatever you see on social media where they tell you invest $10 and you get 100% immediately. I'm telling you with every fact, it's all fake. It's all schemes. Recently, there is this fraud again going on, probably within the African region, which is the Cybex, and many people fell into that trap again of financial fraud and all of that scheme at the social through the social media platforms. So please understand that to grow wealth, it takes time. You cannot achieve your wealth creation at least if you have a disciplined culture and you use the right vehicles. I can assure you that it will take an average of 5 years, if you're lucky, 2 years or 3 years. But generally, to grow wealth, it takes up to 5 to 10 years. But when you focus on a disciplined culture, I can assure you that we can all get there. And I mean, the years run as quick as possible. So before you know, you are 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So please, let's understand that. And let me quickly also share that please know that your reliance on salary or your earned income only as a career person or a business person with no savings of up to 20 to 30% of your monthly income may take you years to attain financial wealth, because it's like you are trekking from one nation to another when you are a salary earner only. A salary earner that, you know, just imagine you're traveling from, let's say from Nigeria to South Africa, or you're traveling from Ghana to London. And there are different platforms that you can use to get to London from Ghana. Either you use a flight, either you go by road, either you go by ship. And imagine somebody that choose to walk. For any of us that we still focus on salary, for you to leave Ghana and to arrive at London, you are like a person that is trekking. It will take you years. And unfortunately, this is the bucket that many of us fall into. We assume that our earned income, either through the business platforms that we have created or through our employment platform, is that platform. And many people begin to say, oh, when I get my retirement, I will be wealthy. And those were the mistakes and the errors those ahead of us have made, which we want to address. That as much as your salary is good, if you don't have a disciplined culture of savings, I can assure you that you are like that person that is trekking. And for you to get your destination, it may take time. Let me also add that the only exception where one salary can make you wealthy is only if at an early stage you grow to top management level in your career, where you are earning very well and you have the discipline to save and to invest good percentage of your resources in early stage of life. And in reality also, only 5 to 10% of people are fortunate to grow in their career and earn good income without stealing or defrauding the system. Now, the vehicles to grow your wealth are critical, and we are going to be looking at those vehicles. The number one vehicle, and I put this vehicle, there is an emotional or an attitudinal aspect of the vehicles, and there is a practical aspect. So because it has to do with more of a mindset and an emotional. So there, I'm sharing the first two, three. There about some are going to be more attitudinal, and some are going to be something that you have to engage in practically to do them. So one of the vehicles to financial creation is the law of entrepreneurship, or the business of your career. That's one law. Now, for you to become wealthy, please understand you must be an entrepreneur, or you must understand the business of your career. Now, many of us, we understood what it means to be an entrepreneur. Rather, whether you create your company as a business entity, you go into business venture, you go into partnership, you go into different ventures, and you build a company to provide services, to provide goods, to solve problems, and to meet needs, and to set up the right systems and structures where the company continues to strive as an entrepreneur. The second part, which is key, is to have the business of your career. So, for instance, as a medical doctor who works in a public hospital, you also choose to have your own hospital. So you are not just a practicing doctor or a medical practitioner. You also have your own clinic that you provide service. So you have used your career to create a business. As an accountant, you are not just working as an accountant or in a firm. You also have your own accounting firm or an audit firm. For instance, I am a chartered accountant currently, and I could choose to go into the business of accounting or the business of finance to create financial services or audit services where I build my organization through that. So that's one platform that we all can use. And many of us here, without going into details, I understand that we understood this platform. But as much as this platform can create you well, this is not the only platform, because there are additional things you must do that would earn you your financial wealth. So understanding the business of your career and also the law of entrepreneurship is not enough. As much as it's critical, that only is not. The second law that we will look at is the law of problem-solving skills and creating value. The law of problem-solving skills and creating value. One way to become wealthy is by solving problems and adding value to people's life towards generating income. And I want everyone to understand this, that whether you're working in an employment structure or you're working in your own business entity as an entrepreneur, the key goal towards wealth creation is problem solving. Your relevance stops where your impact stops. Please understand that. Your relevance stops where your impact stops. Money flows in exchange of value. It is for you to generate income, for you to generate money. What value are you adding? What problems are you solving? Money is a reward for solving problems. You also have to maintain high level of excellence and consistency to gain trust from your clients. So as much as we want to build a problem-solving skills and to create value, that is a platform that can continue to make you relevant and generate you income. So you check your location, you check your environment. What problems are there to solve? And how can you package this problem so that you can use this problem to begin to generate income? With all due respect, for instance, now many are joining this platform. This is one platform that is solving problems. I am using this platform to provide leadership, knowledge, skills, and empowerment to us, and I'm also using this platform also to provide other areas of learning, such as financial understanding. And with all due respect, I have received, and with every humility, when I started this subject, I've not, our YouTube view, has increased exponentially. Our YouTube started a few months ago, but just on this subject, and the number of people that have reached out to me at different levels of how the engagement that I have had on this subject has been an eye-opener to them. Is overwhelming. Now, that tells you that this is a problem, that as much as we continue and we maintain consistency to it, it's solving problem. And through that only, it can become an income generating venture if I choose to begin to monetize this. Even there are many that have reached out to say, why are you doing this free? This is so much of information that you're giving, and we can't imagine that you are doing this at free level. But I told them, no, the key part is that we want to create impact. We want at least for us to get to the point where we are known. Then there are other platforms that we can also provide services that will earn income. But this is a platform that we want to continue to share and to help people. So you must be a problem-solving individual and not just solving problem. Another challenge many have is that there is lack of excellence in the problem and in the value you are creating. You are a fashion designer. What is the excellence that puts you different from your competitors within the market? Just a few hours ago, I stumbled into a link on Facebook, and someone who is into furniture and carpentry work was sharing how he has developed a niche out of that, and he had a school now where he's training people and is building that level of excellence. And this is what we need to do by creating those platforms for ourselves. So what problems are you solving today? And are you excellent and consistent in it? If the reason you join that organization or start that business is to make money, I am sorry. That is a wrong mentality, and one may not even become wealthy. And I want you to understand that if the reason you join that organization is because you want to make money, you have made a mistake. Your reason to join a platform, to build a business, is towards solving a problem. When that is your mentality, I tell you the truth, you will grow quickly and the money will come because you're thinking about solving problems. Wealthy people don't look for money or work for money. That's the truth. What drives them is to solve problems. And when they solve problem, money find them. There are people today that money chase daily. Are you in that category? There are many. Money chase them daily. And they are the one running away from money. People are even begging them over the world to come for seminar or to hold a program for just 25 minutes or 45 minutes. And they are ready to pay them an average of $20,000. And the same people are saying, no, they don't have time. They have developed a value to the level that money chases them, and they don't even have the time to meet every demand and every program. So we need to develop ourselves to that point where everything you do must be towards value creation, must be towards problem solving to generate wealth. The number 3, laws and vehicles for you to adopt towards your financial wealth creation is what we call the law of delayed gratification. The law of delayed gratification. This is more of an attitudinal and a disciplined kind of lifestyle. What do we understand by delayed gratification? Delayed gratification is the ability to resist the temptation for an immediate reward and wait for larger or more valuable reward later. It is the ability to resist the temptation for an immediate reward, and you are waiting for a larger and more valuable reward later. It involves self-control and the capacity to prioritize long-term goals over short-term pleasure. There are many mistakes many of us have made in the past, and if we are given the opportunity again, we will never make such a mistake. Many have seen real money in the past, and I know many can confirm that, but wasted it because they lack the ability to resist the temptation of immediate reward for future value. Many have fell into that trap. They had made good money, but they were tempted with immediate reward. Oh, I want to buy this now. I want to have this now. rather than waiting late and use that money and that resources for a greater value at a later end. Many use their money and resources on buying liabilities rather than assets. And this is a challenge of what we call delayed gratification. It's a principle that if you want to become a wealthy person, you must adopt that discipline. Many of us, we have failed to apply the law of delayed gratification. Many people want to show that they have arrived even before their time. So you see many having an SUV car, as much as it's great, it's good. You know, an SUV with almost an 8-cylinder engine, when you can just get a simple Toyota saloon car. Maybe because you just started your career, you just started the business is 1 year, 2 years, it's still crawling. You know, the business has not achieved the level of independence and financial buoyancy that the business can run. Your income, you just started earning income 1, 2 years, and people want to have the best of vehicles. Delayed gratification is a challenge. And many have used that to miss opportunity. Many use their money to travel for vacation. Before you know, oh, their friend says, oh, we're visiting Israel, let's go. We're visiting Europe, let's go. And every quarter, every year, they, you know, as much as vacation times are great, as much as all of these are so important, please, there are times that it can wait. We can just delay it for some time and build our wealth. Now, let me tell you that one of the secrets of the wealthy people is that it is their money that works for them, and it is the return they get from their wealth, from their investment, that they use in meeting up all of their needs and liabilities. That's the difference between the wealthy people and some of us. So if you want to create wealth, please understand that you need to develop delayed gratification. Why buying clothes that you may not wear for the next 6 months when you should have used the money to buy a gold and keep it? Every season, the value of gold keep changing, keep increasing. Why buy clothes? Why competition, unnecessary competition? Why build a mansion when you are not sure of your permanent location? I use myself as an example. As much as we had an opportunity while we were in Ghana, you know, and these were some of the mistakes I made. And I just want to share it, that even though it's an asset producing, it's an asset that we did by building a dream house that we wanted. If I knew what I knew 3, 4 years ago that I built that beautiful house in Ghana, I wouldn't have. Because in my mind, I felt that is, I have arrived. I'm just going to be in Ghana and continue to enjoy my life. And we built a dream house, a lovely house, you know, and that house is there now. We've left Ghana over 2 years. The house is there. Imagine I have used that resources to build smaller apartments. It will be generating income. Now, I'm using that as an example. Now, the good part is that, and the lucky part is that it wasn't a liability I used that money for. Many have used their money to buy vehicles. They bought the latest cars. And over time, the car is no longer functional. The car is no longer in the market. So I'm using all of this as an example so that we can all understand that sometimes we make these mistakes. Because of lack of what we call delayed gratification. Delayed gratification has affected many that ought to have maintained focus towards making sure that in all they do, there is a focus towards ensuring that they are not using their resources at the wrong path. Rather, they are not. Many young people also fall into this situation. And we are using this to encourage ourselves that please, there are things that you can wait. There are things that if you have delayed to do it and you have channeled the money into investment and asset, as I said, you would have achieved so much. There are many people today that they have put their children in schools that they don't even have the capacity to pay the school fees. Why? What's the stress? Why not just maintain within your income and put your kids in the schools that you know you can afford? All of these, are disciplines that we must build towards achieving our wealth creation. The number 4, as I need to move quickly now, the law of savings and investment. That's the next law for you to build your financial wealth and create, and also to create wealth. You must develop the discipline. And I shared it in most of our teachings already, that please, no matter what you earn, I tell you, if you can't save on monthly basis 20% of your earned income, forget becoming wealthy. Just forget it. You want to become wealthy, there has to be discipline of at least saving 20% of your income. Now, for some of us, we have graduated beyond 20%. Some of us were at the point of 40, 50%. That's the discipline culture that we have built on ourselves. And we have still engaged in other things that has helped us to balance up. But we didn't start where we are today. We started somewhere. Your ability to save would help you a lot towards wealth creation. And this is the culture we have to build. Check your life. There are things you can avoid. There are expenditures you can stop to build the culture of savings. Now, why savings is important, please understand that when you just keep your money into a savings account, it's not going to generate you income. So the aspect of the savings needs to now be moved towards investment. And there are different kinds of investment that you should use your money towards. For instance, we have the money market, we have the capital market, and the money market, you have the fixed deposit with banks, you have the mutual funds, you have different platforms, treasury bills, and the rest. You also have the capital market where you have the stocks, the shares, equity, ownership, and all of the rest. Please, investment is sending your money on an errand to work for you and to generate more money. So you must invest if you want to become wealthy. This is the answer. If you don't have an investment and a saving culture, you can't be wealthy. And our ability to start early, even from now, you can. If you want to get to your financial level, please maintain a daily lifestyle of investment. That would help a lot. The number 5 vehicle that we can also use, and this is the mother of all, is what we call the law of real estate. The law of real estate. There is no one wealthy person on earth that does not have real estate. Real estate is the only real wealth. That's why it's real estate. And what do we mean by real estate? Owning, going into property investment, going into land banking, going into building of houses for rental purposes and all. There is no billionaire on earth today that does not own an asset. That is not into real estate. That's the real money. The only wealth that is real estate. And this is the most secured wealth creation platform and wealth retention. Real estate is the only vehicle, or one of those vehicles, that can generate you 1,000% within a short period of time. 1,000% of return. That's how great and valuable it is. Just few days ago, there is a place in Nigeria, specifically in the capital city of Abuja, Gwagwalada. 2013, when we did our wedding, we wedded in November, and one of my goals for that year is that the year I wed, that same year I'm going to buy my first proper land. So in 2013 November, we had our wedding, and based on the financial discipline I had, we bought our first land in the city of Gwagwalada, where the university was, in Abuja, at somewhere around 500,000 naira. 2013. As I speak to you today, there is a land I'm going for in that same location. Between 2013 and now, the land is going for over 10 million naira. 10 million naira in dollars is over 10,000. It's over $10,000 if I'm not mistaken. Now, this is a land, this is the same location I bought a land how many years ago? Less than 12 years ago at 500,000. And we had our first building in that location. But that location has become a very prime location. You have the immigration office there, you have the customs, you have the court. It has become a very strategic location, and the value has just increased like that. And now I still want to buy. So imagine at those times I had bought more other of those properties. That would have helped. Now that tells you the value of real estate. And now why am I going into that today? I'm also going into that today because I've seen that that environment has potential. So we are speaking today, and somebody will say, "Oh, it's so expensive. Why are you going for that? Whereas there are lands for 10,000, for 100,000." No, you have to be strategic location. So it's not just about buying property. That's also the mistake many of us make. It's not just buying. You need to be more strategic. Where are you buying from? Where it has potential for growth and increased value. So once you understand that, real estate is the real money. And I will encourage everyone, please, never allow a year pass without buying a land. And every kind of investment you may do, please include property investment into it. I told you people last year, so, by the grace of God, we have moved into buying of acres. In December last year, through the platform of the Billionaire Conclaves, my family got 2.3 acres of property and real estate somewhere in Lagos and Ibadan Express Road. There are other properties we bought in landed properties in Abuja and others. Now, I'm sharing this so that you can understand that I'm not just coming here to speak theory. I am coming here to tell you the things I do as a result of the discipline culture I have built on myself towards understanding the value of real estate, in addition to other diversified portfolios I do. By the grace of God, we have an investment currently in the US. I'm not a citizen in US. I don't really live in US. But through the platforms I've created, I also do an investment in US on properties. So just to understand that real estate is the real money. And that is what many of us should please consider. The number 6 vehicle that you should consider is what we call the law of multiple streams of income and not multiple struggles. The law of multiple streams of income and not multiple struggles. Please understand that multiple streams of income is where you have several channels in generating wealth. And recently, I was listening to my mentor, Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, the common sense guru, and on this subject, and he shared 3 levels of multiple streams of income, and I want to share that with us. Now, when we talk about multiple streams of income, many of us, what we do currently is what we call multiple struggles, and I will be sharing that. And we need to move away from multiple struggles to multiple streams. What is multiple struggles? Now, the level 1 in the streams of income is what we call, the one-time stream of income, which is the level 1. Now, this one-time streams of income, it is what is known as earned income. This means you work once and you get paid once. Earned income. And that is where many of us we are today. Whether you are providing service, whether you are into products, whatever you do, earned income. You work once, you get paid. So this is where your time and your energy earns you income. And once you don't use your time and your energy, no money comes to you. Let's be honest. Many of us, this is where we are. And this is what we call multiple struggles. So for instance, you could be a fashion designer and you are also an accountant. You are also a baker. You bake cakes, you do fashion, you sew clothes for people, you sell. You're also an accountant and you work in an accounting firm. Now, you are generating income as an accountant. When you sew clothes, you provide fashion design to people. They paid you. When you also bake cake, people paid you for that service. Now, all of these are great platforms. You could also sometimes use a vehicle to do Uber. All of these are great platforms that generate you income. So you are either doing your Uber at weekend with your sweet vehicle, you're doing fashion designing now, and you're generating income. But one mistake that many of us are making doing this is that we are doing what we call multiple struggles, because every of those things you do requires your energy and requires your time. If you don't sew the clothes for your clients, there is no way that clothes will be delivered. If you don't drive the vehicle to generate as an Uber driver, so it requires you to be in the car. If you don't bake the cake, and this is what many of us do. So you see people even in different countries, they say they do 3 jobs, they do 4 jobs so that they can earn income more, and they think that they are living the lifestyle. No, it's multiple struggles, because it requires your time and your energy. If your time and your energy is not involved in it, you won't generate the income. So this is not something we should rather do. Rather, we should start thinking of how can I use the Uber. So if you are doing Uber, rather than you being the one doing the Uber taxi, why don't you give the vehicle to another person to do the Uber taxi, and you have a system and structure where he or she brings in income for you. So it does not require your effort, and income is coming. You're doing a bakery service. Why not set up a system and a structure and a bakery service where you have a team of people that they are the one doing the bakery, and you are delivering, and it doesn't require you to be physically present. So that is what we call streams of income. So the first level is the end income, where we need to avoid it, because many are struggling by doing that, and they think that they are smart. That's why when you get sick or they don't do the job again, money don't come again. So we need to move from that approach and move to what we call the streams of income. That is very key, because if you are not generating different ventures, that doesn't require your time. So you should put systems and structure that will make those things to flow. The second part is what we call one labor and benefit always. That's the level 2, where you labor just once and you begin to get the benefit for life. And that is what we call the passive income. The passive income, for instance, you get a land and you build a house as a rental apartment. You are laboring once to purchase the land. You're laboring once to build the apartment for rental. But after that, you will not build that house again. So you just labored once. And for 10 years, for 20 years, that property will be generating you income. You may choose to, I could choose now to develop these models that I'm doing into different models as a masterclass sections, and I put it on YouTube and I package it as a sale package. Now, I don't need to be there again, and it's always there. People can always want to go through that platform, and they will be paying for that service. So you should think of laboring once, and that is the kind of mindset we should be building, where you labor once and you continue to generate income for life. So think of, what can I do today that I just labor, and after that I can earn income from that, my labor for life. For instance, write books. There are books of John Maxwell that he has written 30 years ago. He still makes money from those books. So imagine you write books, even when you are no more on this earth, and you put the right structure and right platform, you will be generating money from those books. So this is this is one step towards wealth creation. What can you labor for today that will earn you income for life? Think about that. The number 3 is the free flow. And this is where many people should fall into, especially those of us that we are career people. Please fall into this group. The free flow, and I'm beginning to see a lot of comments on the chat box. Thank you. I'm going to get back to that. Now, the free flow talks about you don't labor at all. That's the free flow. But your money labors for you through investment. You are sending your money on an errand to generate more money. And no matter your level, you can grow wealth within few years if you apply these principles. The principle of free flow, allowing your money to work for you. What does that mean? For instance, I shared with you people 2 weeks ago that I just did a mutual fund investment. I have been doing mutual funds and different kind of investment, stock, shares. These are the investment where you send your money and your money begins to generate income for you. So, and I shared with you all also that we have some, one of us on this platform, I wouldn't want to mention name, who, based on the investment she has on a mutual fund, just using mutual fund platform, the income she generated, she bought a sweet SUV car within a period of 1 to 2 years. That is sending, now the capital is still there. It's not touched. It's the return. It's the income generated. It's the return, the investment generated that person has used to buy that vehicle. Many of us here, please listen. No matter what you do today, think about free flow. Send your money on an errand. Think of the right investment that could generate you 20% return. Don't do this 100%. No, this quick scheme will not help. No. Think about the right platforms, the right engagement, stocks, shares, bond. There are right authorized, government approved, legal platforms that you can use. Many of the Mark Zuckerberg and the rest, his number of shares in Facebook might be just 30. He could be Facebook founder, but he's not the only one that owns all the equity shares of Facebook. There are many people that have invested in it that own 1% shares, 3% shares, 10% shares. And we don't know them. We only know Mark Zuckerberg. And these people are making cold money. That is when you are operating at this free flow. And please, to generate wealth, this is the platform you should use. The final vehicle on wealth creation that I would like to add before we move to wealth retention, and I say that we are already running out of time, it's you must build and sustain valuable relationship and networks. Building and sustaining valuable relationship and network is now the new money. And in fact, this is so important that this is the next topic. In May, in the month of May, we are building on this subject. Relationship and networking has become the new money currency. What you have within your network, the relationship you build can make you rich or can keep you poor forever. You must build strategic relationships. You must build strategic networks if you want to create wealth. Many people, we have abused relationships. Many people, we have taken relationships for granted. Many don't even know how to nurture relationships, and they lack the emotional intelligence to develop a disciplined culture of managing relationships. Listen, let me be honest with you. If you think your hard work is what will make you rich and wealthy, you're deceiving yourself. I'm going to be honest with you. There are platforms, there are networks, there are circles that you must invest and build relationship to get into. And that would provide you the platform to become wealthy. John Maxwell always tells people that he tells people around him, he said, please, who do you know that I need to know? And by just asking that question, who do you know that I need to know? That has helped him to meet several presidents and many influential people in the world. And those platforms have helped him to build valuable relationships with them. My question to you and I is, what relationship are you investing in today to create wealth and great connections tomorrow? You are not ready to build relationships. You are doing, oh, it's just me and me alone. I am just here to do my life. I don't want to stress myself. I don't like to mingle with people. You are just going to remain like that. I'm telling you the truth. This is why I am very confident of the kind of relationships I myself, I am intentional to build it. I am so much careful the kind of people I have around me. Dr. Mike Murdoch said, everyone is 4 people away from their destiny helpers in life. Every one of us, your wealth level, you are 4 people away from them. The relationships that you build can make you wealthy. I'm telling you, this is another real money. It's even much real than real estate. Whatever you need to make life worth living is here on earth and is with other people. So you have to be intentional to find it. Please, let's kill our pride. Let's find every platform and opportunity to develop relationship with people. Listen, please, it is people that make people in life. You can't survive this life and become wealthy without valuable relationships in your life. Let me share a quick story. There is this top television station in Africa. It's one of the top televisions. I don't want to mention their names. Now, when this television station started, they started in UK and I think in South Africa and in US before they came to Nigeria. It's a top level television station. And they have to close their UK office, close the American station, close the, I think, South Africa, just leaving the Nigerian station only. One of these top television stations. What made that television station to survive? And today they are back in UK, back in America, back everywhere was the network. The owner of that TV station he had. Who were his network? The likes of the Aliko Dangote, the richest man in Africa. He had the platform of these owners and the founders of Zenith Bank and Diamond Bank, was Access Bank and the rest of them. High network of individuals in Africa were his network. And they came together and they said, no, we can't allow our friend. This is one of us to go down. His business can't go down. This guy has paid his dues in our lives. And they decided, every one of them, that year, they signed an executive order because they own those companies, that each of their companies, they transfer their adverts and every of their marketing into his company. And they paid him 100% upfront. And that jack up that TV station. I don't want to mention the name, just to keep that information, because it's a privileged information I got. And that is what made that television station thriving in Africa today. Please, let me ask you, if you have a challenge in your business today, who can you run to? You have a challenge in your career. What network and relationship do you have that can sustain you? Because let me be honest, no matter your level of spirituality, no matter your level of stance and ethical level, there are challenging moments that will come to you and I. And in those tough times, what keeps you is your network and your relationship. Apostle John Selma said, he said, life will be difficult as a result of the valuable relationships that are missing in your life. Life will be difficult. As much as you don't have the right relationship, please let's stop deceiving ourselves. Your network and relationship would make you. There was no way. Many of us who understand Joseph in the Bible, there was no way Joseph could have bribed his way to become a prime minister in Egypt. There was no way. What took him from a prisoner to becoming a prime minister in Egypt was relationship and problem-solving skills. Now, you have every value and capacity to solve problems. Who can speak to you to kings? Who within your networks can recognize and can recommend you? Who do you have? Who do I have? Network and relationship is the new money. Don't take it for granted. There are positions in life your money can't get you there, but your relationships will take you there. Just a recommendation. Oh, this person, we know him. I can vouch for him. Give him that opportunity. He's a person I know. and that alone signs you off. Many have failed because of poor relationships. Let me also say this. If you are also, because we have a lot of religious people around us and also pastors and church leaders, please, if you are struggling in your ministries and you are having financial challenge, one of the challenge could be that you have poor relationships in your life. I'm sorry, with all due respect. And this might be one of the reasons why you are having challenges in the ministry. So build relationships. If you are in any business, you will have your business entity. It's not just on church leaders. Any one of us, please check your relationships and your network. That is very critical. As I round up, let's quickly look at the steps to be taken to retain wealth. Some of the steps that we need to take to retain wealth. Number one, because now you can create the wealth, and I've shown you 7 vehicles or laws you can use to create wealth. Now, in terms of wealth retention, you need to have, number one, continuous discipline to personal growth and access to knowledge and information. Please, there is a need to have the discipline to grow. The more you grow yourself, the more your income level grows. The day you stop growing, you start dying. Please take that as a way to retain wealth. Number two, you must maintain the power of consistency and focus in doing the things that got you wealthy. What are you doing today that you know that if I maintain consistency on this, I would edge up? Please maintain focus. You say our problems is that we are not consistent. So after 2 years, you do something, you face the challenges and the problems that the business brings, then over time you go into another thing. So you see people keep changing, keep changing. No business survive within 5 years. No, not one. Not one. Apple never survived even after 10 years. Go and check their records. Amazon never survived. No business survived. You have to be consistent. Consistency is the word. It is said that focus builds discipline. Discipline creates habits. Habit drives consistency, and consistency unlocks success. Number 3, please, again, to retain wealth, build networks and relationships. It is a platform to create wealth. It is a platform to retain wealth. If you need $2,000 today, who among your network can you grow to? Then the number 4 way to retain wealth. Please understand that if you are not a blessing to people's life through giving back to the society via charity or other means, payment of your tithe and others, as long as you are not a giver, you can never be wealthy. Now, you see, life, the principles of financial wealth is on the premises of every giver is the one that owns wealth. That's the principle. The more you hold the money with you and it's just you and you alone, I'm telling you, you are not ready to be wealthy. Go and check the billionaires of this world. They are givers. Everyone and single, because they understood this principle. If you are not a giver, you are all your money, and please start at your level. You don't need to wait to start generating $10,000 to start being an impact to people's life. I choose to be an impact through this platform. That's why I'm giving this for free. That's another way of giving. That's why I know, and this is making an impact into people's life. So these are platforms you can please be a giver. There is no week I don't give, and I give well. There is no week, and I started this years ago. There is no week I don't give people money. The last Easter that passed, the money I gave to people, man, it's over $1 million in naira, over 2 million. Now, I'm not bragging, and I'm not using this so that last week, just this week that ended, the money I gave is close to over $700. I am telling you what I do. I'm still at my financial stability level. I am going somewhere. But I understood that what would edge me out is charity. If you are not a giver, you can't grow your wealth. Please understand that. One of the platforms to retain wealth is to be a blessing to other people. And if you are not, forget about it. The number 5 is build credibility and integrity and reputation. Because you see, it's easy to get wealth, but to sustain it, to retain it, you must have credibility. Can people trust your brand? Can people trust your name? Do you have credibility and integrity? What impact and contributions are you making in your field to earn new people's recommendation for great opportunities? Can people trust your brand? Have you earned the credibility? When we hear James Oluwole, when we hear your name, what do we hear of you about? What credibility and integrity have you built in your life towards wealth retention? Your name, your credibility is one thing that will retain wealth for you. There is a new money now, and the new money is where people are from the 45 years above. They become board members and board directors of companies. And what gives them that opportunity and qualification is their credibility. Nobody will call you to become a board member of a company if you don't have a brand, if you don't have a name, if you don't have a credibility. What credibility does your name call for? To retain wealth, you must build credibility, reputation, and integrity. Number 6, you must also have financial and investment mentors. Please, to retain wealth, you can't do some of the things I do. I learn by doing. I invest in mentorship. There is a lot of information going outside there now on mentorship. Don't pay for mentorship. Man, you are going to just stay where you are. There are opportunities I have had as a result of being in the billionaires conclave that has earned me so much of platforms and opportunities. Please have a financial mentor. There are some that you may not need to pay for. It's not all my financial mentors that I paid to. You understand? So please have a mentor, somebody that is ahead of you, that you can leverage on any investment decision you want to make. Don't make decisions just like that. Then please, number 7, have a relationship with God. Pay your tithe and offering and serve God. Please, I need to bring this. Look, we have seen many billionaires that ended up living miserable lives, and they never made an impact with their wealth. What is the purpose of your wealth if you can't use it to fulfill God's agenda on the earth? Do you have a relationship with God? Listen to me. I'm not here to preach Christ to you or whatever. I'm here to let you understand that no matter your level, if you don't have a relationship with God, you can never retain wealth. Because when you don't have that, you can't use your wealth to serve the purpose that God has ordained you to achieve on this earth. Your relationship with God will offer you the opportunity to value people and love them unconditionally. Because your love to God, the more you love God, you will love people. And you will use your wealth to impact lives. According to Dr. Miles Moron, he said, wealth is entrusted, and only faithful stewards have the qualification to access it. If you cannot be trusted, you are not permitted to have wealth. And the only way you can be trusted is that you use your wealth to impact lives and you have a relationship with God. Number 8 way to retain wealth is please destroy pride. And I have arrived mentality. Many of us, pride has affected many people. They have small money. Arrogance have come in. They dishonor parents. They dishonor their mentors. They dishonor those above them. They dishonor people that have even helped them in the past. Please, you want to retain wealth? Please avoid pride. Destroy pride. Why must your parents or your spouse or family members beg you before you give them their monthly allowance? Why? No. Don't allow pride to affect your wealth. No wealthy person that does not honor any other higher person. There is no one. Every wealthy person, they understand the value of honor. Who do you honor? In conclusion, please understand that to create, grow, and retain wealth, you must be ready to pay the school of life. Now I'm concluding, which is experience. And please know that you must lose money to overcome money. If you are not ready to lose money for knowledge, If you are not ready to lose money for experience, if you are not ready to lose money to grow, then you are never ready to become wealthy. To become wealthy, you must be prepared to lose in some investment, even when all your risk assessment metrics and analysis are accurate. Please understand that the nature of life may still make you lose your financial resources. We are currently in what we call the VUCAD world. What is the VUCAD world? We're in a world where the world is volatile. There are uncertainties, there are complexities, there are ambiguities, and there are disruptions. We have where everything you have done in your investment plan is right, but one policy of the government may just come and crunch everything you have done. So please, because you need to understand this. For instance, the decision by President Trump, has impacted the developmental world this year. Nobody thought of that, but that has affected some decisions. The property, for instance, my family chose to go into in Mozambique. We have to step back based on that impact. So I'm just giving you that there are times that your analysis, your metrics could be right. And yet, VUCAD world, a volatility, an uncertainty, complexities, disruptions that you never planned for may just occur and affect it. Now, when you do all of that, my plea to you is that never stop investing. One of the mistakes many of us have made is that we now say, oh, I made a mistake 10 years ago. I did an investment and it never worked. So I'm not going to do that investment again. No, don't do that. Please understand that no matter whatever that has happened, you should still continue. Don't live a stagnant life because of a past mistake or a risk that you have made in the past. There is no wealthy person on earth that has not lost money and they still lose money. Many people are losing money. I have listened to Dr. Stephen Akintayo, numbers of hectares of land he has lost in real estate. I have listened to Dr. Olumide Emmanuel, the numbers of money at a particular time he lost $150,000. I have listened to John Maxwell, how he has lost money through investment and businesses. Now, I am giving you an example of people, and yet today, these individuals are operating in billions because they never stop. My second advice to you, you must have a budget for personal investment growth for your life. If you are not ready to invest in yourself, you will miss a lot. All the great people that are wealthy and have written books will never share with you their complete secret of wealth. Mentorship is the way to go. To have mentors is key in key areas of your lives. Please go for mentorship. If you are not ready to invest in mentorship, then I'm sorry. This is the best I can help you beyond. I've told you people I'm starting some mentorship and coaching sections, and it's going to be paid for. If you need mentorship on financial wealth, you need mentorship in your career, please go for mentorship. Find the platforms, and this is one platform you can leverage on. If you want to be wealthy, spend your time with wealthy people that have clean money and integrity. Visit great places. Attend finance and wealth investment programs and events. Read great books. Listen to audios and YouTube videos daily on wealth creation and other areas to add values to your life. I am already a billionaire in my mind as a result of the richness of information and growth mindset I have built for years, and I never stop. On daily basis, I am intentional with my relationships, and I'm making effort to sustain them, many of which cost me money, and I pay them with excitement because I know what I will become after learning. According to research by a social psychologist, Dr. David McClelland of Harvard University, he said, the people with whom you habitually associate with are called your reference group. And these people determine as much as 95% of your success or failure in your life. Who are your reference group? Who are in your circle? John Maxwell calls them your inner circle. Who is in your inner circle that you engage in tough and diligent decisions? King Solomon of Israel says, walk with the wise and become wise. Walk with the wealthy and become wealthy. Charles Jones says, you are the same today that you are going to be 5 years from now, except for two things: the people you associate with and the books you read. Jim Rohn says, we could tell the quality of health, the quality of attitude, and the income by looking at the people around you. Who are the people around you? I will end with this story. There is a wealthy man that had an intention. He had a beautiful daughter, and he said anyone that is going to marry this daughter, that he's going to give that person $1 million and give the person his daughter to marry. But there is a condition, and the condition is that that person must swim in his swimming pool. And so many youth in that environment, many adult people, they came and they are ready to marry his daughter for $1 million. And he told them, okay, you can come to my house. In my mansion, I have a swimming pool. Anyone that can swim from point A to point B, that person is qualified to marry my daughter. But in the swimming pool, there are crocodiles and other reptiles. Then people started calling him, oh, sir, you're a wicked man. Are you crazy? So you mean you want us to die to swim in a swimming pool that has a crocodile, snakes, and all the rest? Just for 1 million, take your daughter away. We don't want your daughter. We don't want the money. Take your money away. And many people were screaming and saying, what kind of a wicked man are this? So you want us to risk our life just because you want to give us your daughter? And in the midst of all of those arguments, all of a sudden, one person, they saw one person in the pool and was swimming furiously. And they were, oh, what's going on? What's happening? And before they know, the guy got to the other side and they started screaming, he made it, he made it. And they went to meet the guy and to say, wow, you made it. How did you do it? And the guy said, please leave me. And they said, no, you have won $1 million. You also have the rich man's daughter. And he said, I don't want your money. All I want is who pushed me into the pool. I want to know who pushed me. Then everybody was amazed. So you mean you didn't take the competition? It was as a result of somebody that pushed you. And as a result of that, you survived. Can I tell you something today? Many of us today, you needed to be pushed for you to take that decision. You all have what it takes to earn that million. I am pushing you today, just like that guy that was pushed in the swimming pool. He couldn't have swum by himself, but because somebody pushed him unconsciously, there is a capacity in him that would make him survive the crocodiles and the snakes in the swimming pool, and he won the game unconsciously. Please understand that all I can do is to push you to your greatness. Let me tell you something. In the next few years, I can guarantee to you, I will be wealthy. My pain would be that when I get to the top, I want to see many of us there. Please join me as we get to the top. Thank you. Let's take a question from here.
Hi, Mr. James. Thank you so much for today's invaluable lesson. I mean, there's just so much we got to learn and so much we got to hear. And I'm particularly very excited about the different stages of wealth and of financial stability. And I'll go straight to the question. So I have been doing some small investments in the last few years, which has helped me increase my income, right? So this has been mostly independent, a bit of imports and retail. But recently, I came into an opportunity of going into a joint venture, meaning to have a good friend of mine who has a good business idea, solid idea, but he shared the idea with me and was like, we can go and do this business together. So, what advice would you leave for those looking into going into joint ventures, looking to go into partnership? Because there's a lot that can go right and successful, but there's also a lot that can go wrong. So, what is the wisest step into taking this, and what's the best way to go about this type of business with somebody else?
Thank you so much. Now, let me say that please understand that there are times that you just need to go into partnership. Partnership is very good because, you see, let's avoid this situation where we always feel that we know it all and we can do it. No, you have, when you want to put in the right systems, the right structures, I can tell you that there are things that only you can do, and nobody survive and strive in a business that he or she only manages. No. As much as I can put together my resources and also this package, I have tried to also find other team to work with who are managing my media and my social media platforms. So that tells you the leverage of partnership. Now, one key thing we need to understand is that why partnership is good. The mistake many of us make is that we do not put the structures in place. So every partnership that would involve sharing of income and benefit, it needs, and even without that, from the beginning, there has to be clarity. Why are we going into this? What is the intention? So you must build clarity between it. And when I mean clarity, have it well documented. Let there be an agreement. Let there be a legal person that will put every T, every dot is being checked. Partnership is the way to go. Never, but put the structures in place, put systems, go sign a contract, even if it's with a family member, even if it's a friend that you know. Don't say, oh, we are just friends. I can tell you many friends and relationships have been abused because of lack of structure. Please go for structure. Thank you. Any other question? Yes,
Hello,
yes, please.
Daddy.
Yes.
Daddy, please, if you can go over the levels of financial levels. I want to ask a question based on that.
Okay. The levels are, so you have the first level. So you can go back to the part 2 of this teaching. It's I dealt with that very well. But the levels are the first level. So it's a pyramid. At the baseline of the pyramid, you have what we call the financial crisis level. So these are people below $2, whom the World Bank has recognized as extreme poverty level of people. Then you have the second level, which is the financial instability people, people that they live on their income. They are working, they are having business, but they cannot live on their income. They have to borrow, they have to take loan, they have to take credit cards. They need to keep struggling. So that is the second level. The third level is what we call the financial stability level. The financial stability level is a level where you are okay. Your finances, through your income, through your business, can take care of you. You can go to vacation. You can buy the kind of cars you have. You can take your children to the best schools in the world. But when that income is affected, you may just go back to financial instability. That's the financial stability level. And that is the most very risky aspect, because people assume that they are already wealthy at that level. But when something little happens, they go back to instability.
Daddy, please, so if I'm at that level,
yes,
the third level, can I start like supporting children? Because like for me, I'm a teacher by profession, and then sometimes the children in my school, I see they don't have uniform, they don't have sandals to wear to school, no school bags. I mean, like they just dress locally, like home dress. Even sometimes, even some of the dresses are torn, but we still accept them in school. But so for me, like using some of my salary, part of my salary to support children of that sort, will it really affect me, or
no,
it will help me?
It will not. You just have to create a budget. Now, let me share that I'm currently at a financial stability level. I didn't arrive there. I was also at a financial crisis level. And many of you have shared my stories already. You can go back to the part 1 and listen to some of my stories. I never got there. Okay. But at every level I am, one of the grace that I've seen that operated in me is a giving grace. There is no level you are, you can still give, because at every level, including the person that is in financial crisis, that person can also be a giver. And you can give people your time. You can give people your services voluntarily. There are things you can still do, to help. So no matter the level you have. So any other questions, please? And let me quickly check the chat box if we have questions. Okay, thank you. I've been seeing a lot of feedbacks. Thank you so much, Dominion. Owonobi, mentorship reduces risk exposure. Thank you. Razak Kolan says, thank you for this hidden mystery of wealth. Please, my question is it good to buy a plot with the mind of real estate building business without having an income flow? Thank you. So please, buy purchase of wealth. You don't need to build a real estate. When we talk about real estate, it's just the is a generic word, but it has a lot of things you could do in between that. So purchase of land, there's what we call land banking. There are lands that you can buy that you can just keep it, secure it, make sure you have all the right documentations. And I can tell you over time, it's going to grow. So you don't need to build if you don't have the resources, just buy the land, secure it. One of the mistakes we make, particularly for many of us within the African region or wherever, is that we buy this land, we don't get our documents, we don't engage a legal person to put the right things, we don't secure those lands. Please do get all the documents. I buy lands. I'm not a Ghanaian. I keep telling you guys, there is no year I don't buy land in Ghana. I have over acres of lands in Ghana in different places. Last year, I bought in strategic location 2 plots of lands, and currently the plant is being fenced. Currently, every documentation on that land, my lawyer is handling that because I understood all of these things. There is I can share more and more. Please, you don't need to build. Buy the land, secure it, get the document, take it, like for those in Ghana, take it to your Yana and all the rest, your local chiefs to the highest level. Go to the land commission, certify the lands, let everything be done. You would pay for those services. Please pay. It's much better, and just keep it and protect it. And over time, you will be amazed. There is someone that had the land. We have a lot of people that can share testimonies of land here. Someone here bought a land of 8,000 naira then in Nigeria, and she sold that land over 2 million over years. There is somebody recently that bought a land in the capital city of Abuja of 25 million and sold the land over 800 million. There is somebody that bought a land in Ghana of less than 10,000 Ghana cedi and sold the land over 200,000. Land is the real market, so you don't even need to build property on it. So just think of what other platforms you can create in terms of the investment choices you want to adopt. Thank you so much, Mr. Ogunshoye says it's been worthwhile section. I am blessed and challenged indeed. Thanks for this platform. Thank you so much, sir. I'm so much blessed. Thank you so much, sir. How does Sinisos, sorry if I missed the name, he says, how does one assess their stage of financial wealth they are in? Now, please listen to the part 2 of this section. That's part 2 would let you would definitely know based on the explanation I shared, because I dealt with the stages. You would definitely know the level you fall. You would know, except you can't deceive yourself. So you would definitely know the level you fall. Listen, and it's on YouTube. I'm happy to share the YouTube links. All the sections are on YouTube. You can go search for James Oluwole, and you're going to get all of that. Desire, you raise your hand again. Any question? Please, those on WhatsApp, we have more than 15 to 20 people on WhatsApp. You can also ask your questions. WhatsApp groups. Over 22 people on WhatsApp. Thank you all for joining. It's a large community today, both on Zoom and on WhatsApp.
Thank you so much, sir. And I would advise my peers, guys, I am taking full, I'm taking full opportunity to make my questions because this is very good mentoring for free, no charge. So I will make questions because I understand the value that this session brings. And one thing I've come to assess, Mr. James, you were teaching us here about the importance of not spending lavishly, because sometimes we run and we now want to buy some stuff because we think that we have arrived. But then again, there's another point that I think that it's where I find it hard to find balance, because there are some things that we end up needing to buy, not because we want them or need them, but because they can associate us to certain people that we want to assess or address. For instance, let's just give an example. Somebody living near Polana in Mozambique, which is a noble area, or living near Julius Nyerere, will have more likely chances to meet and greet people of a certain stature in society. So, for instance, when it comes to, let's say, mobile phones, there are some certain types of people that will give you a certain type of attention if you're using, let's say, an iPhone rather than using an Android. These small things that end up being sometimes a different, like if you are going to a big meeting and you're going in a small car, or if you're going in a big meeting and you arrive in a certain type of car, they tend to feel more confident on you. So I would like to hear from you, how do we find that balance that yes, we want to buy things within our reach, but at the same time there are things that we need to at some extent to feel or to project a certain type of confidence.
Yeah, so let me say, please, the asset you, I mean, having phones or all of that doesn't make you build the kind of relationships or network that you need to have. So one thing I would say is that we have to be intentional with the relationships we want to build. And this is why I am taking this as our next subject. Look, let me be honest. Many of us, we have failed to build relationships. And it takes, look, we have to invest in relationship. And building relationship does not even require that you have to be a high network individual to become relationship. There are critical things, and I wouldn't want to share it because I want you to join the next section. So please give me, join our next sections, which is starting 2 weeks from now. I think the second week of May, I'm going to be dealing more on building valuable and sustainable relationship. I'm telling you, if you combine that with every other thing I have taught on finance, every other thing I have taught on you becoming a valued person in your employment and in your business, and building the right attitude and skills, honestly speaking, that is all you need to become great in life. Relationship is the next thing I want to talk about. And after that, we'll go into adversities and challenges so that you can understand that even in tough times, what do I need to do to build resilience? Now you can see how I'm building them. I am so much intentional on all of these topics because it's like an ingredient in a cooking meal. And by the time you have all of these ingredients and we cook the meal, I tell you, your inability to achieve success in the next 5 years cannot be questionable. It's just going to be guaranteed if you apply. Because the key thing is you can come to this platform, you can listen to all my YouTube states and watch them. But if you don't apply what I teach, I'm sorry, it may not work. So please, let's keep the questions on relationship to the next section. And please, I want to thank everyone. We are 4 minutes already over by our time. I will want to pause at this level and to thank you all for joining us for this section. I want to thank everyone. Thank you so much. It's been a great time having you all join. I want to thank most of my Maxwell leadership team that I've also seen joining this section. Thank you, Dan King. Thank you, many other persons, Dominion, and the rest people that are also joining for the first time who I may not know. I just want to thank you. Please, let's continue to connect. The leadership section, I provide this Zoom section every 2 weeks and it's for free. And I'm intentional around that because I have discipline and it's a discipline culture I've built where I want to create this platform for value creation and I'm going to offer it for free. But there are other platforms that I am also creating that you would, if you need more, you can also access me on that. I provide mentorship and coaching. And if you're interested in growing your career, growing your finances beyond what I've shared, I am happy to mentor and coach you. But please know that that will come with a fee because I don't learn these things by reading books. I pay and I pay well. I pay in dollars to acquire this knowledge, and I invest averagely of 5 to 8 hours of my time daily in acquiring knowledge on a daily basis. So please, let's seize this opportunity. If you want to join our WhatsApp community, we have a WhatsApp community where we share updated information. We are happy to have you join the WhatsApp community. Please reach out to any of your networks or reach out to me, we'll add you. If you want to go to our YouTube platforms, we're also on Instagram and TikTok and other platforms. Just search for James Oluwole Leadership. You're going to find it. Thank you so much for your time. I want to appreciate everyone. And I'm sorry that I've taken at least 6 minutes of our time, but I want to believe it's been a valuable time. Thank you so much. Let's continue to stay connected. Let's continue to impact our world. The purpose of your wealth is not just for you. How much can you spend? The purpose of your wealth is to create impact to others. And that is what we should all attain to. Thank you. Have a great evening and have the best of the week ahead. Bye for now.